All right. Welcome to day 26 of the Master Key Challenge. What I need you to know is that right now, something has your attention. And what that thing is it a priority? Or is someone stealing from you one of the most precious things right now, one of the most precious commodities right now? Is your focus. Today's door is not about doing more. It sharpens your priorities, it sharpens your attention. When you open this door, your progression through whatever you're doing, it multiplies, right? It doubles down because you have this skill. When you don't open this door, boy, oh boy, what they say, you are the master of none. You do a lot, but you're mastering nothing. And today's door is the door of focus, especially right now when we live in a heavily distracted world. Do you know that every day someone is trying their best, using their best money, their best advertising budget to get your attention? You understand that now attention is currency? We live right now in the information, actually not even the information age, we're in the AI revolution age. And everyone wants to get your eyes. They want to get your focus. They want to get your trust. And this is why the door of focus is crucial. This is the Master Key Challenge where I help you to get unstuck behind doors you're stuck behind so you can go through the next one with clarity. 31 days, 31 doors, one master key. What is that master key? My framework. K, know what door you want to open. E, into the room. Y, yield to the moment. Today, I know that you have been flooded with emails about sales. You've been flooded with posts about Christmas and what people got. You've been flooded with text messages, right? Every one of those channels takes you in different directions. Every one of those channels needs your attention, but what needs your focus right now? That is the question top of the hour. What needs your focus? I know that you know that I know that you have goals, you have commitments, you have a vision. And sometimes there are things that tell you you're on the wrong path. There are the shiny objects, right, that makes you like, oh, I can do that. Or maybe I can do this. Maybe I can do that. And they'll take you away from it. And then you're like, wait a minute. What happened to the thing I was working on? Like, I told myself I would have this done by tomorrow. I told myself that this will be my year. I told myself, but my focus wasn't there. The focus wasn't even near. So when you are not aware of distractions, and another word is heavily overused and overrated. Distraction is distraction that, but it's a very real thing right now. And something that distracts you are so subtle you don't even recognize it. It can be as simple as someone, hey, you got 5 minutes? Or a car riding past and you sit in front of a window, or someone ringing your doorbell. Like, it can be such little things that pull you away. But how do you stay focused in a distracted world right now? How do you do that? Right now, having focus is what's going to separate you from other people, right? It's going to help you to be present, stay tuned in, stay locked in whatever it is you're working towards while everyone else is chasing after every bone, right? Chasing after everything that is coming out new, shiny, big, right? Creative, quicker, faster, easier. Today, I was listening to a video, well, watching a video about the 2025 consumerism and how all these companies are using very good strategies to get your attention, right? Maybe they're doing pop-ups, right? Maybe they're tracking the cookies, they're tracking your activity. but do you know how much attention you're giving them? Do you realize that 99% of your time is spent on what you're not working towards? Do you realize that? That's your job, that's your family, that's your time to yourself, that's your animals, that is everything. And so you must carve out that time. How you stay focused in the distracted world is that you must be very locked in and very intentional about your focus. I don't care if the mountain moving and it's blue and saying, hey, you can buy me 50% off. Or if this, the show you want to go to the most and everybody over there, like, hey, you get it for $1 today. No, lock in, focus, hone it in, right? Say, I don't care what's happening out there. I'm blocking this time specifically for this moment, for this project. And this is where I talk about blocking time. And I can see the value, and I've done it before because I personally have focused, not focused, have struggled with distraction. I'm not even gonna hold you. I have. And so what's important is that you are heavily, heavily intentional about it. Because if not, it'll be like something is like, imagine those things that wait when you outside of a car dealership or a business where it just waves like, hey, come to me, right? Come over here, come buy our product. Your focus, you must spend it, you must budget it as if it is your last dollar. Like if you had your last dollar and that represented your focus, right? Are you gonna just spend it out lavishly? Are you gonna just give it away? No. If it's your last dollar, you're gonna be very specific in how you spend it. And so think of your attention as currency. How much you spend per day? How much are you conserving per day? How much are you investing per day? So there's a book that in I'm part of a uh, another movement called Elevate to Activate, and there's a book called The 12-Week Year, and it is a great book. We're going to start reading in January, but the synopsis of this book that I'm mentioning and why it's important because I can see it. It clearly helps you to focus in a distracted world. So the 12-week year is a book about how you take 1 year and every quarter, January, February, March is one quarter, April, May, June, second, and so on. You take every 3 months and make that 1 year. So say, for example, we're in December now. The next quarter is January, February, March. That represents 1 year. And in that 1 year, you will focus on one clear goal. So that goal can be you want to write a book. Your goal for January through March is only to write a book. And then you will have 3 to maybe 4 deliverables of what you need to do to write that book. And so the 3 to 4 deliverables may be that you carve out time to write daily, that you have your manuscript completed, that you have a rough draft and you have a final draft. And the next one may be getting it printed, right? So maybe 5. And then for each week, you assign a task. And every time that you complete it, you give it a check mark that you completed it. You get 12 weeks to do that one specific goal. And if you pick 4 goals a year, right? 4 goals represent 4 years and 365 days. You will get so much done with that focus. So that book I highly recommend if you are struggling right now with your focus and your attention, that you grab that book and read it. It's a pretty small book, but I know that in the distracted world, having your focus is going to be how you level up and stand out amongst the people. So with that, today's door, the door of focus, lock into whatever it is you're working towards. I don't care if you got to be up early in the morning and late at night. Figure it out, find a way, and go all into that. With that, today's challenge is turn off one distraction for 15 minutes. It may be, phones, tablets, but sometimes it's also people. So like lock in for 15 minutes with no devices, no people, and just think. The power of the mind. Like, do you know how powerful it is? Turn off one distraction for 15 minutes, meaning I'm gonna say, just turn off everything, get away from everybody, and just focus for 15 minutes and think. In the community, let us know what deserves your focus. What in your season right now deserves your focus? Okay. Tomorrow's door is the door of consistency. Hello, somebody. This door, I can tell you, has been one of the doors I was stuck behind for a very long time. I understand. If you knew the power of consistency, doesn't matter how the weather is, what's happening in the market, consistency, you don't want to miss this door. Tomorrow, day 27, show up, lock in, and we're going to talk about the door of consistency. With that, if you don't remember anything else about today's conversation, if you don't remember anything else, remember this as you go about your weekend, okay? Life is a hallway full of doors. And with the right key, you open doors you want and close those you don't. This is the Master Key Challenge. I am Shanita. 31 days, 31 doors, one master key. I will see you tomorrow. What door are you opening today? Bye.